How would you like to have a marketing campaign that's consistently bringing in first-time buyers into your business? If so, this is the video you're going to want to check out. I'm going to show you how to create the ultimate first-time buyer Facebook lead campaign that'll constantly turn in new transactions for you. Take a look. Hey everyone, Kevin Smullin with 2Q Lead Generation Strategies. If you are brand new to our channel, welcome. We're glad you're here. What we're all about is helping real estate agents just like you generate more leads, set more appointments, and close more transactions. So if you're after more leads, appointments, and transactions, this is the place to be. Please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here as part of our community. Before we get going in today's video, just a special note, take a look down below. You're going to see a link for our free 2-hour masterclass. Inside that masterclass, we're going to show you all of our tricks, tips, and strategies of what we're doing with Facebook marketing to generate leads, set appointments, and close transactions for agents. So it's 2 hours, totally free, time well spent. It'll help you grow your business. Make sure you go take a look at that. In today's video, what we're going to be covering is our first-time buyer ad campaign for Facebook. So I'm going to show you a series of ads that we use to help our clients not only find first-time buyer leads, but also be able to take them and convert them and turn it into business. So with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in. Now, the thing that we do to start this entire process is we'll run an ad like this. So if you've watched my channel for any period of time, you'll know that this is where we are using a listing to generate interest from potential buyers. So we're giving them enough information about the home to get them excited, giving them a few photos so they can kind of get a sense of what the property's like. But the main call to action is this: click for the price, the address, and the photos. And so when they click on that button, the lead capture form pops up, and this is how we collect all of their contact information, right? So this is just your typical lead generation ad. Now, what kind of results do we get off something like this? Well, this is an actual campaign that we're running for one of my clients, so I'll just flip over to their ad account and show you. So we started this ad a couple of days ago. It is this one right here. And so far we have had 23 leads at a cost of $1.16 per lead. So you can see we're just a little bit over $25 spent and 23 leads coming in. Now, the great thing about these kind of ads is that we can generate leads in volume, right? And frankly, that's what this is about. It's just a numbers game. We know that if we generate X number of leads, that so many of them are going to turn into prospects, and then so many prospects are going to actually turn into clients. So with that being said, one of the biggest mistakes that people will make when they're doing this is they'll run an ad like this on Facebook, they'll start generating leads, and they've got this mindset and expectation that this lead that I generate should turn into a transaction. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. In fact, in the lead generation industry for real estate, most people will tell you that lead generation companies, that they all stink. The Zillows, the Realtor.coms, the Bold Leads, and so on and so on. There's tons of them out there, right? Most people will tell you that those leads aren't worth anything, and to a large degree, those people are correct, right? And I know that's weird for somebody who's in the business of generating leads for real estate agents, but the reason why it's correct and true is because people just don't, they're missing a key component of this, which is real estate is a very high trust transaction. If you want more people to do business with you, they have to know you, like you, trust you, right? So that know, like, and trust element is what takes the lead and turns it into business. Without that, it just doesn't happen. So you've got to think about the number of things that are happening. A lot of times these leads that we generate, some of these people have no interest in buying a home. They're just window shopping. They're just kind of kicking the tires and just taking a look at the house. There's tons of those. That's okay. It's part of the process, right? You're going to get people that aren't interested. They've already got a relationship with another agent, all kinds of situations. But for that lead to have no existing relationship, to be in a buying cycle right now and to want to go buy that home right away, I mean, it happens, but it's the exception to the rule, right? It has happened. Plenty of my clients have experienced that, but I will tell you, it's the exception to the rule. The rule itself is, how do we get the lead and turn it into business? See, without that process, this is why people struggle with leads. So if you're struggling with Zillow, Realtor.com, any of those other solutions, this is why you're struggling. They just sell you a lead, and then it's up to you to make this process happen so that they know, like, and trust you. Well, we're going to do a little bit better than that. So just to kind of show you the way that we tailor this to the first-time buyer, it's all in the targeting options that we use. So when we're doing our targeting options, we're going to target people in these, first-time buyer, people interested in first-time buyer grants, Realtor.com, rent-to-own, rent.com, renting, starter home. The people who fit into these categories are more than likely going to be our first-time buyers, and that's how we want to narrow this in and focus on that specific group of people, right? So that's the targeting. That's how we're reaching those people. So with all of that being said, step one in this process is we would run an ad similar to this to generate interest from potential buyers. Again, the problem most people have is they do that and then they stop, or they buy leads and then they stop. What's happening behind the scenes in addition to the process I'm going to show you is, with the leads, we put them on a text message follow-up system where we're utilizing a little bit of technology, utilizing some other people who are experienced in setting appointments and having them filter through the leads, figure out who's serious, and set appointments with who they can. Now that's happening behind the scenes, but I want to show you the rest of the sequence that's happening inside Facebook. So this is step one. Step two is we're going to use retargeted ads. Now, if retargeted is a word that you're unfamiliar with, all it means is that we can continue to show people ads based on actions that they've taken in the past, right? So the way that we do this through Facebook is through a feature called custom audiences. So with custom audiences, Facebook allows us to zero in on people based on actions that they've taken. Now, since we were running an ad like this where it has a lead form attached to it, the main custom audience that we want is this one, people who have filled out a lead form. Now, the maximum period of time that Facebook allows us to track people inside this custom audience is 90 days for people that have filled out a lead form. So our strategy with the retargeted ad, the second ad, is it's all about extending the period of time that we can market to them, right? We just want to extend that period of time, because the longer we can stay in front of them, the more likely we are to get them to the point where they know, like, trust you, right? It takes a period of time and some repetition for that to happen. See, again, there's a process to this, and it's the process that most people miss, and that's why they're not seeing as much success as they would like. So our objective is, if we can get them to go to your website, Facebook lets us track website visitors for 180 days. That doubles the period of time that we can stay in front of them, right? So we know that they responded to the ad, they were interested in a property and they clicked on it, and that's how they responded. If we know they're interested in an ad, here's a crazy idea. What if our retargeted ad was just a link to your website that said, hey, here's another property, go check this one out. No lead form, right? We don't need that. We've already got their contact information. All they have to do is click on the link, it takes them to the website. Well, the whole purpose of that is, from a marketing perspective, now I can keep in front of those people for twice as long through these custom audiences. Pretty cool, right? If I can get them to watch a video, I can track those people for 365 days. If I can get them to engage, like, comment, share, any of those things, now it's 365 days. Instagram, same thing. If they click, like, comment, share on Instagram, you can set up an Instagram custom audience that'll track them for 365 days. So again, with all of this retargeted content, all we're trying to do is extend that period of time we can keep in front of them. We want to show them other listings. We want to show them tips and tricks. We want to put videos in front of them to where they can see your face and hear your voice. But it's this process of repetition that we start bridging that gap of they don't know you to the point where they feel like they know, like, and trust you, that they would do business with you. Right? It's not any one ad that makes that happen. It's a series of them. It's consistency. See, this is the truth about taking online leads and turning it into business that most people don't want to talk about. Everybody thinks that generating leads is the hard part. It's not. You've seen, with a very modest budget, with just a simple strategy, we're generating 20 leads in a couple of days, right? For 20 bucks spent. Generating leads is not difficult, nor is it expensive. That's the easy part. The hard part is getting them to know, like, and trust you. That's where the repetition comes in. That's where the follow-up system helps. Again, it's a process, and that's why you've got to be able to do this. Now, to be able to track people like on your website, right? There's a thing that Facebook provides called a Facebook Pixel. We just install that on your website. And that allows us to be able to track which Facebook users are on your website. If you don't know how to install that on your site, I'll put a link right here that will show you how to install the Facebook Pixel on your website. So if you need that, go watch that video, take a look at the step-by-steps of how to do it. Now, once we're running these retargeted ads, that's our second step. Our third step in the process is inviting them to a first-time homebuyer seminar or workshop or whatever you want to call it, right? I know a lot of people were doing that prior to COVID, but with COVID happening, I know a lot of people, they've stopped doing that. Well, my recommendation is start that up again, right? Even if you don't want to do a live event because you can't or it's just not happening in your local area, that's fine. Record it, right? Do a Zoom workshop if you want to do it live. If you want to record that workshop, you can make it like on demand and have it be like a webinar to where people can just log in and watch it at any time. But the value of that piece is it positions you as the expert. You're talking about all of these common issues and overcoming the obstacles to helping them be able to buy a home, right? There's a powerful thing that happens psychologically as part of that. They view you as the expert. They view you as the authority. And so it's a very easy way to solidify as the reason as to why they should work with you. See, I know a lot of people that they'll run an ad like what I showed you and they'll generate leads on Facebook and that's all they do. Or they'll only do the workshop piece and that's all they do. And both work, you can do that, but you'll find that if you do all three steps like I'm talking about, to where the targeting that you're using for the retargeted ads are these custom audiences, and the targeting you're using for the workshop are these people that have seen your ads previously. Think about the powerful effect that that has. You're no longer a stranger who's inviting them to a workshop. You're someone that they've seen over and over again. There's some level of familiarity there. Trust is starting to build, and now you're inviting them to come learn the answers to how to buy a home, answering their questions. It's a super, super powerful process. So that would be the three-step process that I would recommend for anybody who's serious about wanting to generate first-time buyer leads, have them come in and turn into business, is this sequence that we're talking about. So that would be my recommendation for doing this. Now, again, the thing you want to keep in mind is that it's a process, right? So be consistent, use all three pieces, use technology, right? That's what's going to help you make this successful. So this is my ultimate first-time buyer sequence for Facebook to turn these leads into business. So if you found that helpful, one of the ways you can help me out is click the thumbs up button down below. That split second helps us tremendously, lets more and more people know about our channel. And again, if we've helped you, help us back, hit that button. That helps us tremendously. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, what the heck? Please consider subscribing. We put out new content like this every single week. So hit the subscribe button. There will be a little bell notification. If you click that, you'll be notified every time we put out new content. And like I say, we do that every single week. Also, I'm going to put up a couple of videos here. So if you want more tips and tricks and strategies, make sure you go check those out. And then lastly, obviously, these are services that we provide for real estate agents who want to hire us to help them with that. So if you want more information about those services and how it works, you can find information about that in the description below. Go check out that link and you can find out more. Other than that, that's it. Make it a great week. Keep crushing it with your real estate business. If we can help, obviously, we'd love to do that. Otherwise, we will talk to you soon, and take care.